should be better. Hello. Smash buttons. You're new here. You're new to the whole scene? Like brand new to fighting flurfs kind of thing? Oh, sorry. Well, I wasn't planning on hitting the flurfs tonight, but I might, depending on how this goes here. I could hop over to TikTok and see what's going on over there. It's always fun to. Late night gets crazy over there. Late night turns into a bit of a shit show. So I really wanted to hop on this live to check out the new fight. I've been messing with my OBS and setting up some new templates. I've been slacking on that, so I wanted to see how they were working. For example, I set up a secondary camera right here, kind of like MacTune has. I had an extra camera laying around and an extra boom adjustable mic stand. Jesus, ignore that. So I can go over here. Let's see, table cam. Boom. So we got my downward looking angle onto my desk. Volume is low. How's that? Volume. Check, volume. That looks better. Sorry, I was on TikTok earlier today, so I unplugged my mic, plugged it into my phone. And for some reason, when I'm on, I should be better now. Check it now. Check. Don't yell at me, ruthless. Fix it, he says. You should be able to hear it. It's good. It's almost hitting red. We're almost at red now. 3 out of 10. All right, I'll jack it up. I'll keep going. We're at max. Let's max it out. We're maxed. How's that? Is it nice and bassy? Three out of 10. So this was unplanned, so thanks for being here. I just wanted to go over a few things. I figured I'd just chit-chat. I actually really wanted to see my formats and how they were working. We got some things going on. Let's see, better. Muted to YouTube. No, I'm on YouTube. It's not muted on YouTube. 6 out of 10. Nice level. Okay, I like that. Let's see if this works. Oop. Let's see how I do that. Ooh, that's nice. And I got that here. So watch this. Let's see. Boom. There we go. Let's move that right there. That's a nice spot for that. Somebody confirmed a nice level. Thank you. So I got the chat window down here. I got the pop-ups to highlight some chats. Like Ruthless yelling at me to fix it. Thank you, Ruthless. Could just ask nicely. And then, so I got my downward looking camera here. Let's see what else we got. We got the guest view. Guest will be here. Big Skype window. We got the basic, just me and you. It still says quiet. There's no way this is quiet. It's peaking red on my screen, the volume. Oh, what's up? Dave Sky? Is it Dave Sky 19 or is it Davesky? That could go either way. I have no noise suppression on. Hold on, let me see. Nothing's on here. Let me put my monitor on. My monitor's good. My volume's good. Anybody else confirm? Smash button saying I'm low. What say you? We'll get Dave Sky up in the big screen here. There he is. First time commenter. So first time commenting, but you've been here before. Taking that. Either way. So, nobody else wants to tell me my mic is bad or good, so we're just going to go with it's good. So I've been following this surveyor on TikTok. Baron Rutledge, might have heard his name a few times. He references this book all the time. He's got a soft cover version of it or whatever, but I've seen him use it in his videos, so I went and bought it. I wanted to take a read through it. Glad I did. Yeah, I'm wearing my Flurf beater. Check. Yeah, it's my favorite new edition, though. So look at this. You see that? Even got a little crown on it. This is going to be my outfit for my Globey McGinney face debunks. I don't know if you saw my Angry Italian debunk. I put it up in a short the other day. Or I debunked the Angry Italian by being an Angry Italian. I think I'm going to go do that a little bit more. It was kind of fun. So I need the outfit. I mean, I already had the beaters, but the little gold chain with my Globey with the crown on it. Can't get more guinea than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking quieter. I don't know. I'll speak up a bit. So yeah, I bought this surveying book, and some cool things in it. Let's check it out. We're going to learn today with Globey. So we got, obviously it's about all surveying here, right? If we just go to the definitions, and you'll hear Flurf say shit like, plain surveying is only, valid for 10 square miles, right? It's assumed flat, blah, blah, blah. They always say dumb shit like that. So everything they said there is meaningless. It's absolutely meaningless, because when we're talking about surveying and proving Earth's curvature over short distances, we're not talking about plane surveying. Plane surveying is looking in the horizontal. Plane surveying is the branch of surveying wherein all distances and horizontal angles are assumed to be projected onto a horizontal plane. Okay, great. Flat Earth. Horizontal plane is the x direction, right? Horizontal plane. When we're measuring reciprocal zenith angles or elevation angles, we're measuring in the z. We're measuring in the vertical. We're not measuring in the horizontal. Plain and simple debunks their whole debunk of plane surveying right off the bat. The surveying operation of leveling, you can't read this, but the surveying operation of leveling takes into account the curvature of the spheroidal surface in both plane and geodetic surveying. So specifically in surveying, you have to talk about leveling when you want to be talking about measuring Earth's curvature. And that happens over short distances as well. And if we skip over to the leveling section, you guys thought you'd be reading textbooks today? Did you? Did you say, hey, Saturday night, we're going to go through a surveying textbook? Well, if you hang in there, and I'm feeling up to it, I might hit TikTok and jump into the Flurf pool of madness. We'll see. So, in the leveling chapter, It explains how to take elevation angles using theodolites. For distances beyond 1,000 feet, the effects of curvature and refraction must be considered and applied. I wonder why. Okay, and if you look at this little chart here, it gives you distances from the datum to the ground to the level line of the theodolite, to the horizontal line, and then to the line of sight to the top of the mountain. So you have to actually include corrections for the curvature of the Earth in your calculations. So it's saying, but EF is the total effect of the curvature and refraction, which by equation 3.4. So if we go check out equation 3.4, which I should have highlighted when I was looking at it, these equations are equations to estimate the corrections for the curvature of the Earth. So these are included in the formulation for calculating these angles of elevation. Now it goes on to talk about reciprocal zenith angles and how doing it when you measure both ways, a reciprocal zenith angle. So is there a picture of it? I don't know if I ever saw a picture of it in here. But essentially, it tells you to correct for the errors in leveling. The only way to correct for the errors is to do it reciprocally. You take the measurement from one side, theodolite to target, and then you switch sides and take that same measurement back. And you're supposed to do it, within the least amount of time change, right? Ideally, you'd want to be instantaneous, but you can't do that. You got to travel to the other spot. So as close as you can, and measure back the other way. And that will essentially negate the errors in your measurements. Let's see what else I marked here. Oh, I marked some stuff about auto levels. This little diagram here is showing you how there's a device inside the auto level here. It's a prism. If you can see this, it's a prism here. And it's hanging by a couple of wires. So what this does is when you level this using the bubble level that's on the equipment, that could have errors. You might not get it perfect. It might look perfect, but it's not perfect. The auto level, hence why it's called an auto level, this prism corrects for that. So it only lets the light that's coming in through the center of the lens reflect back through the optics. So essentially, if you're off a little bit, it's correcting for that. That was pretty interesting. Chloe in full Bruce Willis mode. Oh man, Glowing McVision. Lies, hearsay. Yeah, these are the. I bought a 8-pack of Flurf beaters today. Oh my God, it's hot in here. What else we got? This was a cool read. A lot of interesting stuff in here. I wanted to learn more about this. I've never operated a theodolite. It's on my bucket list. If they weren't so expensive. Oh, here they talk about zenith angles. See, what are they saying about zenith angles? I marked these pages, but I didn't highlight anything. I don't know why. Oh, this is talking about all the sources of errors in theodolite angles. The various errors, and how to correct for them using the reciprocal zenith angles. It's kind of as far as I got. What we found interesting while reading this was it doesn't talk about limitations of the equipment. Uncle Charlie. Yes, I do have a machine gun, if you really want to know. It's not a Tommy gun. I would love a Tommy gun. That would have been awesome. But I do. I do have a couple of weapons. I don't know how on TikTok you can't show a weapon. I don't know if you can on YouTube. Probably, I'm guessing they don't ban you, but they probably don't like it. You probably can't monetize it, right? That's something like that. I don't know. Got to look into that. But yes, I do partake in the weaponry. Dave's Guide 19. I remember when the Saturday night meant going to the club, getting drunk, and dancing until early morning. Now I'm watching someone read a surveying textbook. I think your life is over as well. Look, if you take nothing from what I just said, there's a lot to read in here. But it's A, that when flat earthers say plane surveying assumes a flat plane, yes, great. But we're not even talking about plane surveying. We're talking about leveling. Leveling in the vertical axis, not the horizontal. Horizontal is plane surveying. Uncle Charlie really doesn't want to see my weapon. We'll leave that for my OnlyFans. Plenty of weapons over there. So yeah, so I got this this little setup here. It's a mouse pad. This green light's pissing me off. Let's change this. There we go. What other templates I got here? I got the guest template. Skype window here. So we're making some improvements. Screen share when I want to show the other screen over there. Basic Live. I've been fumbling. All my lives I've been fumbling and moving screens around and fucking pain in the ass. Finally sat down and made some templates. And I got my little sketch pad. Anybody have a Remarkable? This thing's awesome. I'll show you my password. We got Flurfspective. There's a little like a e-ink writing pad. One of these jammies. It's nice. Turn the pen around, you can erase shit. This way I can draw. It's not crayons. Crayons are ideal when you're talking to flurfs, but at least I have a little sketch pad. It'd be awesome if I could write on that thing with crayons. Is Witch Shit still a flat earther? Yeah, he'll always be a flat earther. I think I could do is stop playing with my mic. I always play with my mic. He did a live the other day where he was teasing that he might not be a flat earther anymore. Of course, he came on and went with the whole, it's topographical. It's a topographical plane. It's not flat. You lost your Remarkable? Ooh, that's an expensive loss. My one complaint about this thing, how much money it is for a pad. But it is super cool. It's helped me at work a lot. And I did get it on eBay, so I got it used. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a little? I'll test my screen share thing here. Well, we'll go over. I don't know if you saw the video I posted today. Yeah, these things are not cheap. I don't know why they're not cheap. They're just e-ink. You'd figure they should be cheap. This thing's like $3.99 new or something like that. It's just stupid. Might even be more than that. Yeah, he's now pulling the Bev card. So Let's see how I can pull this up. So we got what do we got here? I did this years ago, bro. 260 feet is the elevation of Warren Dunes.
You're finished, guy. You can't disprove it.
Well, pointing. Why isn't it pointing? All right.
So why do all compasses point north?
I had a fun TikTok roundtable earlier today. It was honestly my ideal situation. I when I go live on TikTok, the flat earthers they just don't come in. That's why I love when she goes live. This is Maria Anderson. She's from Denmark, I want to say. Oh my God, it's going to kill me. I think it's Denmark. It's one of those countries over there. Anyway, she goes live a little bit of an odd time for me, but she used to go live all the time years ago, and she kind of stopped. But she's coming back and doing it again. They're great lives. Because a lot of random flat earthers still show up there. Don't know why they do or don't. But like people I've never seen before, I've never heard their names, just random flat earthers will hop into her lives and try to be flirfs. It just reminds me of old times. That's how TikTok used to be. It used to be very much like that. You used to be able to go live and just get random flat earthers coming in left and right. Now I don't know where they are. I don't know what they're doing. They're just hiding in their echo chambers. But for some reason, when she goes live, she can still get some in there. So I saw her live today, and I just randomly jumped in.
To Magnetic North.
They don't. Again, I'll show you this again. Well, maybe you didn't see it. So this is compasses only point north, right? I have a compass here. What makes you tell me that this is pointing north? There's two ends of the needle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think just the red part of the needle that's pointing north is the way it's pointing? Why isn't it pointing south too? What if I just tell you south is that way? It's follow the white needle. Looks like it's pointing south to me. Look, I'll hold it this way so you can see it's pointing at south.
Well, that's how we get our location based off of magnetic north.
That's not what I asked you, and that's not true. Do you see the S on my compass? So right now this compass is pointing south, is it not? He won't answer.
Yeah, based off your location, magnetic north.
I'm sorry.
It's not ever going to be based off of South Pole.
Is this pointing south?
It's not ever going to be based off of South Pole.
So maybe someone in the chat can explain it to me, because I don't understand. Maybe I just haven't been able to be stupid enough to understand it yet. But when they say compasses only point north, what does that mean to you? Can someone tell me what that means to you in the chat? Because to me, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know. There's only one reason I know they're saying that is because they have to say it, because there's no South Pole on flat Earth, right? So you technically don't have a South Pole to magnetically attract anything. So you have to only have a North Pole. Like the way the poles are set up on a flat Earth don't work. They wouldn't work with a compass. So you have to say there's no South Pole. But I don't think they're smart enough to even be saying that. They don't understand why they're saying it. So they're just parroting compasses only point north. But there has to be a reason behind that. Like, everyone's looked at a compass. Everyone's seen a compass has two needles. So in my head, let me grab my compass. I got to get all my flurfing stuff closer to me. In my mind, compass, they think a compass only points north because when you're holding a compass, when you're holding it, you hold it like this, and it has an N here, right? The N. So they think because the needle, like you would hold it like this as you're walking, right? And the needle's pointing to N, that means the compass always points north. But that's just because you're holding it like this. What if I held it like this? Isn't then the needle pointing south if I align it? Like, you can't just say because I'm holding a compass a certain way, it's pointing that way. Right? This is pointing two ways. It's pointing north and south. It's aligning to the magnetic field lines of Earth. It's not pointing directly at north or south only. I don't get it. I think that's it. Bilge. What is bilge? Like just bilge? Well, I guess that fits. All right. I've never heard anybody call it bilge. I like it. Shite. I hate tidal nodes. Yeah, it points south too. Holy shit, it points south too.
Why not? Is this pointing south?
Your compass?
Yeah.
How are you getting the south reference?
It's just a yes or no question. Is that needle pointing south right now?
Based off of what? How are you basing south?
Off the
Because
S on my compass. See the S? And the white needle is pointing south. So that's south.
That's so dumb.
That's the south of my yard. Behind me is north.
Now, how are you getting south?
Bro, are you
Based
daft?
off-
Like, really? How am I getting south? The needle is pointing south, the white needle. Why do I have to keep saying that? Like, this is where I'm going to start to get angry because I don't like dishonesty. Just be
Look,
honest.
the
Is that
compass
needle
points-
pointing south? Just be honest. Is it pointing south?
How does that compass pointing south prove a spinning?
Got a lot of flurf, everybody. Just witnessed it. I didn't say this proves a ball. Did I? Hold on. Did I bring?
How does that prove a? How does that
Mr. Fear Flat Earth, did I bring this up as proof of a globe, or did I bring this up to counter your claim that the compasses only point north? Because one of those.
I said compasses are based off magnetic north. I didn't.
You
say
said
all
compasses only point north, is what you said.
What did I just say?
And now I'm refuting you and proving you wrong, and you said, well, that doesn't prove a globe. I didn't say it did prove a globe.
This is a big thing they do. They love to do this. If you notice, if you pay attention to what they do, right? He brings up a point that refutes the globe in his mind. Compasses only point north. I don't even know how that refutes a globe, but compasses don't work on a globe. That's their claim. They only point north. Blah blah blah. You refute it, and they can't do anything but say, "Oh, that doesn't even prove a globe." As if I brought it up as globe proof. This is the delusional world they live in. Yes, bilge where all the gunk is. In his defense, you kind of have to know about boats to get the old bilge reference, but it does fit.
This is what this is called gish galloping.
How do you get it east or west? So you don't believe in magnetic north. You don't believe that's how we base.
Of course, I believe in magnetic north. This is north. That's south.
No, you can't. You can't believe in magnetic
Why?
north if you believe that you're getting your reference point from a south pole.
No, you're getting a reference point by this compass. This needle is lining to the magnetic field lines. You want to see a fun demonstration? Watch this.
Magnetic field lines, so that you would think that there was a south.
Okay. You see how these lines come out and go around like this? They come out and they go around and they meet back up at the top. And they come out and around and they meet back up at the top.
There's no magnetic.
I'm sorry.
South.
I was
There is
almost
no
done.
magnetic south.
Yeah, there is. Watch this.
Well, I have to stop you.
See where this compass is right now? Look, see where this compass is?
South. There is no such thing as a magnetic south.
Okay, you can just keep saying nonsense.
I don't know if you can wrap your head around that.
But
Oh, that's interesting. This is like green screening itself here. What is this?
you don't have proof of that.
Hold on. What is this? It's an image. My left screen, let's see, is... Hold on, checking some settings here. I do have chroma key on. Why do I have chroma key on my screen share? Turn that off. That was weird.
That. You're just saying words, Mr. Flat Earth. So look right here. This needle right now is a line. Can you listen for fucking 2 seconds, bro?
I'm not gonna
Learn
listen to
something.
nonsense.
This is why you're a flat earther. You did not listen in school, and you're still not listening. Okay. You see this aligning to the magnetic field lines here? Is that pointing south? Is that pointing to the North Pole of this magnet right now? Yes or no?
This is I'm not sure if you're. Are you serious? Are you joking?
I'm serious. What is this?
Serious?
What is this compass doing right now? Is it pointing to the North Pole of this magnet?
Why would you be that compass
now
is
watch
used for the Earth, not your
It's used for
Plato
any
model.
magnet, you dingaling. Look, now it's pointing at the North Pole, isn't it?
Because the reality is that
Watch this.
Plato model is the only time you ever see a globe.
Watch this. And now this is pointing to the south,
About
isn't
to blow
it?
his mind right here.
See how that works?
Holy
It doesn't
shit.
point directly at the pole. It aligns to the magnetic field lines
Follow
of this
what you're
magnet.
saying. The nonsense you're spilling right now is based off your Plato model there.
So you have nothing to say based on the actual
Plato.
reality of the science you're talking about.
My Plato model.
Entertain your Plato model there. There is
Okay,
no
good.
magnetic south.
In my defense, the only Play-Doh on this model is my fake land here. This brown. That actually is Play-Doh. I stuck it to there to mimic continents. I used this bowl in my demonstration of sticking water to a ball. And it's been sitting around since. I cut a hole in it and stuck a bar magnet in it.
Wow.
Everybody watching, stay in school because school's fun. This is actually kind of cool to watch, right? And he's just denying it because he wants to. He wants to live in his delusion. Okay, if I'm at the equator of Earth, I'm at the middle of this magnetic field here. The compass is pointing north. It's just not pointing at the North Pole. It's aligning to the magnetic field of Earth. If you were to follow this, if you were standing here and following this, you'd be walking north. And as you walked north, the compass would change.
Yeah, we're talking about magnetic north, not magnetic south.
Okay, watch. It does the same thing going south.
Model series.
Okay, now it goes the same. So is this pointing north or is this pointing south at the pole there? This is what happens on
compass
Earth.
is-
Watch. Oh,
compass
look,
is
it's no.
irrelevant to your-
It's pointing
to the
north,
Plato
guys.
global.
Or it's pointing south,
Why-
right?
I mean, why is this guy? Are you serious? Are you
Okay.
joking?
Well, so far you haven't rebutted anything I've said, so I think you might be the joking one.
Wait, this girl is not a flat earther. This girl is a glober. She hosts anti-flat earth lives.
We base our location off magnetic north. Do you disagree with that?
Nope. We base our location off the compass, which is aligning to magnetic
So
field
you
lines.
disagree with you disagree with GPS. You disagree with magnetic north. What else
No.
do you disagree with? What else?
North,
you throw out the
north
window?
is a consequence of the magnetic field lines. So the compass and GPS, which is using magnets, is it?
Oh no. Magnetic north is not a consequence of. No, it's not. That's not.
I'm showing you it is.
That's more
I'm showing you it is. I'm showing you it is.
Here's the thing: you can't base that compass you have is based off the actual Earth, not your Plato model, you guys.
Oh no, this
Ridiculous.
compass is just based off magnets. See, this is much stronger than the magnetic field of Earth right now. That's why it's following the magnet I have in front of me instead of the
Do you
Earth.
understand how powerful magnetic north is?
Oh no, you tell me. You tell me. What's the rating of magnetic field line?
Well, it's a lot strong. It's a lot stronger than your Plato.
A lot. So you're saying the magnetic field of Earth is a lot stronger than this magnet I have here, this bar magnet?
That
You
should
think-
be
you think
common
that's true?
sense there, guys. That should be common sense there.
It's
Common
not. The
sense.
magnetic field of Earth is very weak, actually.
I won't humor this. I won't.
Earth big, so magnetic field must be stronger, I guess.
Humor your Plato motto here. This is ridiculous.
You don't have to.
It's
Everybody
actually-
watched it. It's
that's
cool.
insulting. I mean, do you have a different Glober here without a Plato motto here? Ridiculous.
Different Glober.
So what? So you
He tries to replace me. He tries to get Maria to replace me because I only have Plato models.
You're just gonna say nah and move on. That's fine. So what else you got? What else proves flat Earth that I can disprove for you today?
That's not disproving anything. You got literally a Plato globe model and you sprinkle some iron around it. And
Saying it's
somehow-
Play-Doh, it's not Play-Doh. It's a lacrosse ball. But saying it's Play-Doh and a magnet doesn't disprove my point. That just proves you have no idea what you're looking at, which is cool. That's fine. That's why you're a flat earther. You have no idea what you're looking at. But
And-
learn
and on
something,
your
right?
And on your Plato model, I mean, this is almost a joke, but this is almost a joke. But on your
Well,
Plato
that's all you've
model,
said so far is this is almost a joke. Can you explain how it's a joke?
Why don't you have any water on that model?
Why don't I have water on the model? This is where we're at, guys. Why don't... So, he asked about magnets. I bring out a magnet and show him how it works. And then he demands water on the ball.
Dingling.
And
Why don't I have
you
water?
said
Can you bring it? Make a
that
point.
was-
Make a point.
No, you just said we got this. We have to talk about how ridiculous that was. You just said
That's another common flat earther thing, right? They get disproven, so then they just move the goalposts and demand more further things that are irrelevant.
that Plato
Was I
model-
modeling water on Earth, or was I modeling the magnetic field? Was I
You
proving
sprinkled
how
iron
compasses
dust
work to you?
You said this. You said that was as strong as the magnetic.
It's way
magnetic
stronger than Earth. It's way stronger than Earth.
That's ridiculous, man. Now you really shouldn't even be up here.
Look it up.
Like honestly,
Look it up. You want me to look
think
it up?
That iron
Here.
dust is stronger than the magnetic north,
Yeah.
and you actually have a platform.
Even on flat Earth, it is. That's why.
This is the
Say
best
we're
too.
living on a flat Earth, and the Earth is flat. Globe doesn't exist. My magnet just overpowered this compass. So even on flat Earth, the magnet is stronger than your magnetic field.
Look,
So what are you talking about?
You got to
Yeah, he doesn't even understand. He's arguing against himself there.
get that Plato motto out of here, man. That's ridiculous. And the
Another
fact that you-
non-response to my demonstration. Thank you.
I can't humor that Play-Doh toy. That you got, it's a toy, man. And then you say that
Okay,
the
and?
iron sprinkled around it. I mean, who are you talking to? The iron sprinkled around it is as strong as the magnetic north. Are you? I mean,
Bro, you're embarrassing yourself. Just change topics. Just gish gallop like most flat earthers, because you're toasted on this topic. That's fine. Just move on.
How am I toasted on the top? We can stay on you. You can bring your.
You want to
Play-Doh
stay on
back.
here?
He's been
You
flat
wanna-
smacked.
You sure?
But I'm gonna need some water on that too while you're spinning it around.
You want what? You want some gravity? You want some vacuum of space too while I'm at it? Is that what you want? You want me to recreate the entire Earth on my desk here? Is that what you want?
Gravity. You can't even prove. You can't prove gravity.
Okay.
I mean,
Show
I'm
us
not
your
sure.
show us your dome. Let's see your dome. Let's see magic sun and Earth and moon travel around a flat pizza pie planet. Let's see this demonstrated, please.
Really, I'm not sure if I'm gonna insult myself anymore by being up here. Maybe next time somebody else is up here without, because I can't get past that. You just said that the iron dust around that Play-Doh toy is stronger than magnetic north. Like I'm not even
Okay.
gonna humor
Let's
this.
look it up. Let's look it up.
This is like an insult.
Before you leave, let's look it up. Let's look it up.
His Play-Doh model with iron dust sprinkled around it was stronger than magnetic.
Why do you
north.
just keep repeating the thing we just showed?
I'm not sure if I
Just
should
keeps
be up here
repeating.
talking to you.
Play-Doh.
That's how ridiculous it is.
Play-Doh
Okay, here we
toy.
go. The Earth's magnetic field is much weaker than that of a typical bar magnet. What the hell was that? Was that you?
Yes. Gift gold.
Oh, scared me. While a small bar magnet has a field strength of around 0.01 Tesla, the Earth's magnetic field varies between 30 and 65 millionths of a Tesla. You can look that up yourself. I just read off the screen here since I didn't know the values off the top of my head. So the Earth, whether it's flat or a globe, the Earth's magnetic field is much weaker than a bar magnet. So you slaying,
Okay, now how does this prove you're spinning water ball?
It proves compasses don't point north.
And please
There we go. How does this prove your spinning water ball?
don't pull the Play-Doh ball back out. I mean, this is getting
If
absurd.
compasses point north, why did it align to the magnetic fields of my bar magnet and not point north?
This is when my kids start fighting and they start brawling in the background.
I'm not trying for a gotcha here. I'm trying to actually show you something that exists in
I'm saying our
reality.
location is based off of magnetic north, not your compass that you're pulling out. And
You said compasses point north. That's what I'm trying to disprove right now. So,
well, now you're putting words in your mouth and all there.
yeah. Long.
Skipping forward a bit.
West is still left because the needle is aligning to the magnetic field as I showed you here. See this magnetic field? See that? See those lines go this way here? Watch this. If I put the compass here,
My
it
kids
aligns to
distracted me. I forgot to switch the window
it. Is
back.
that weird?
It
And if I
comes
put the
back
compass
in a
here,
minute.
it aligns to it.
You're
And here.
using.
And here. Magnetic field. So it's
Doesn't
very
prove-
easy to see the magnetic
doesn't
field.
prove- now
I just
prove-
want you
now
to
prove
learn that
gravity.
I
Now
just want you to learn that this doesn't align
Now prove.
to north.
Now prove how you
It's-
can have on your Play-Doh ball. How can you have gas
It's not
pressure without a container on that?
It's not
on that
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh ball you got there. No, it's a Play-Doh ball. Now, how are you having? How are
it's
you
a
containing
lacrosse
gas
ball.
pressure on it? How are
It's a
you?
lacrosse
how
ball,
are you-
genius. It's a lacrosse
Oh,
ball.
lacrosse ball. Okay,
Yeah.
so how are you?
I cut a
how do you
hole in it
have
and I
gas-
jammed a bar magnet through the middle just so I can show
Okay.
dinglings how magnetic fields work. See, there's the lacrosse label on it.
Okay, so now how do you have gas
Amazing.
pressure?
He
on
was
your
even
lacrosse
wrong
ball?
about the ball being Play-Doh.
I didn't say I could have gas pressure on my lacrosse ball.
He
Why
couldn't
would I
even
say
get
that?
that
so
right.
why
He
are
was
you up
wrong
here-
about
Why are you up
every
here
single
spilling
thing.
that nonsense?
Hmm?
Why are you up here spilling
Excuse
the
me?
nonsense? You said
About
you
what?
couldn't have gas pressure on that ball. Why are you? So how are we breathing air right now?
Oh, we have gravity on Earth, and gravity's holding the air down. That's what atmospheric pressure is. This ball doesn't have like enough gravity to hold air to it and create a density gradient of air on it. That's just
That ball
not how
doesn't-
scale works.
That ball doesn't have a lot of things.
I didn't say this was a model of Earth, did I?
You're saying gravity is keeping the gas pressure, and that's what's keeping the gas pressure.
Yep.
In the
So do you know
story.
what pressure is? You know how do we measure pressure?
Well, I know you need a container for pressure. So how do you?
You've just made that up. You don't need a container. How do we measure pressure? What's the units of pressure? Do you know that? Pounds per
How
square
can you
inch,
have-
maybe?
how can you have
PSI?
that?
You've heard that before, right? PSI?
Yeah.
Pounds per square inch.
Yes, dingling. I find on TikTok you can say dingling and not get flagged as bullying. At least for now. They'll probably wise up to it eventually.
Okay. Yeah. Pressure equals force over area. Pounds per square inch. Force over area. All you need is a force and a surface area, and you can measure pressure. All you need is a force. It doesn't say pressure is container over area. You need force. Anything that can generate a force can generate pressure, including gravity. Gravity is a force.
So gravity is the force that's
Yes.
keeping gas pressure inside of.
It's creating a gradient. Again.
Now here I expected the Fleur flow chart. You know, I picture the flow chart. He says gravity's force. I say Einstein says gravity ain't not force, right? We got the flow chart. I don't think he said it though. I could be wrong.
Against the surface of Earth. Yeah.
So gravity is the container. Is that what that's what? you're saying?
Essentially, it's not a container, but it's containing the gas, if you want to call it that. It's not a
No, you
physical
said-
container. It's a force.
We can go with that. I mean, so it's
So
keeping it's keeping all the gases down in. But okay, so how do you explain clouds then?
Can you?
So another theme of the dingling is every one of these quote unquote debates just become a science lesson. Right? Every single every single one of these discussions becomes a science lesson. If you don't hold their feet to the fire and demand evidence of their claims, it just becomes them rattling off questions as if that's proof of something being wrong or fake. I have questions, therefore fake. Yes, he's claiming magnets are monopoles.
I'm really like,
I didn't even bring that up to him because I don't think he really knows what he's saying. I think he's just parroting.
I love teaching science class to flat earthers because that's all these debates become. Do you have flat earth proof?
Well, I'm trying to get to your globe here. I'm trying to.
Do you have flat earth proof? Because I learned this stuff in school. You could have learned it too. Now you're just asking these questions on the internet.
Do I have flat Earth proof? Yes. You can't have gas without a container, and gravity cannot be your container.
That's not flat earth proof. That's you misunderstanding science.
That's a ridiculous concept that you think gravity is a container.
Okay, then prove me wrong. What did I say that was wrong?
That you basically said gravity's keeping gas inside of your spinning ball.
I said you need a force, right? Force to create the pressure. You don't need a container. You need a force, right? So, what did I say is wrong? And if I'm wrong, replace that with whatever you want to replace it with. Electromagnetism, density. Go ahead, create pressure with your electromagnetism. What's the equation that governs that? How would I calculate the pressure based on electromagnetism or density or whatever you can call it?
Well, because the clouds disprove that your gravity.
Clouds disprove gravity?
Why isn't gravity acting on the clouds?
Well, so you're asking me more science questions. What I did was ask you a question. I said, here's my formula that models reality. Force equals or pressure equals force over area. How do you replace that with density and electromagnetism? And you brought up clouds. Like, how do you replace that with your model? You prove your flat Earth model to me.
Well, I'm going off of the gas pressure here. So how do you have gas without a container? You said it's gravity. I mean, okay, I guess
force. You need force. Yeah.
Okay, it's pulling down on everything, and it's not pulling down on the clouds that weigh millions of pounds.
Okay. Simple question. Have you ever seen rain?
Have I?
I mean, obviously the answer is yes. I'm just being a little silly. The rain.
You're being a lot of silly.
Well,
he couldn't answer
silly questions get silly.
You notice why he didn't answer the question. It's such an obvious question, right? The answer is yes. Why didn't he answer the question? Why didn't he answer the question? He knew there was a gotcha in there. He knew I was leading him to something, but he couldn't figure it out. That's just dishonest, right? Just answer the question. It's a simple question. Have you ever seen rain? Completely stumped.
Answers, right? The cloud is water vapor. Water vapor is lighter than air. Floats. When that water vapor condenses and gets heavy enough, it falls as rain back to the earth.
Gravity picks and chooses what it wants to act on. That's what you're saying?
No,
That's what you want
as the water condenses, it gets heavier. And once it gets to a certain point, it gets pulled down by gravity. It's called rain.
So gravity's pulling. You want people to believe that gravity is pulling rain out of the clouds?
No, I don't want anybody to believe anything.
I knew I should have stopped. I knew I should have stopped this conversation a long time ago. I'm only gonna. This is gonna be a revolving door here.
Luckily, we can model what you asked. If you want to do that, we can model what you asked.
Rain out of the clouds.
Sure. Yeah, that's why things fall.
Oh wow!
Why do things fall in your fake reality? Why does the rain fall in your delusion? Yeah. What's pulling the rain out of the clouds in your world?
Oh, this is a relative density conversation.
Temperature gradients.
Density. Okay. Density makes things fall.
It's not gravity.
It's not gravity. Okay. So what's my weight based on just density?
What's your weight?
Yeah. Why do things fall at the same rate in a vacuum if it's just density? You have a feather and a bowling ball with much different densities. They fall at the same rate. Isn't that weird?
They would
So then-
fall at
then-
the same rate,
Yeah.
in or out of a vacuum.
Yeah, but there's air not in a vacuum, so it's hard to see that. If you put it in a vacuum, you get a feather and a bowling ball, they fall at the same rate. If it's density making it fall, why isn't the bowling ball falling faster? It's much more dense than the feather.
Well, on Earth they don't fall faster because of our atmosphere.
I didn't say that. I said in the vacuum.
Well, there's no atmosphere working in a vacuum, but
I
there's
know.
no vacuum on Earth.
Right. But
So
the ball is still
that is
much more
irrelevant.
dense, isn't it?
It's irrelevant to the density conversation.
If the density of a bowling ball is 100 and the density of a feather is 2, the ball should still fall faster than the feather. Its relative density to the vacuum is still much higher than the feather. You don't like that one? Okay. If I'm holding a ball up high over my head, a bowling ball, the density of the ball
Sorry, I'm cracking
is
myself up.
100 units. The density of the air around it is less dense, so the ball falls. That's your claim. The air above it is also less dense. The air to the sides of it is also less dense. Why doesn't that ball fall up? Why doesn't it fall to the sides?
Why doesn't the ball fall up? Why would the ball fall up?
Well, you said it's relative density. I'll explain it again. This is denser than the air. It's dense. The air has a certain density right here. It has a certain density right here. Same density. Both less than this. If I drop it, if a density gradient is causing the downward motion here, why doesn't it fall up? It's less dense above it too.
Why doesn't it fall up?
Yeah.
It doesn't fall. It doesn't fall up because it's heavier than the what it's passing through.
I'm going to invoke gravity.
It's heavier than the air above it too.
It's heavier than the materials passing through.
Is it heavier than the air above it too? It is, right? I'm trying to get you to use your brain here. You've been listening to nonsense YouTube videos, Eric Dubé bullshit. You're indoctrinated. You think we're indoctrinated. You're indoctrinated.
So you think if you let
So you
that
think-
whatever
so
you
you
got in
think-
your hand go, it's gonna fall up.
So you
And that
think...
proves-
No,
and that-
by
and that proves
your
it's
claim is that density. I'm not going to explain it again. Really, if you don't understand your own claim and you're making me repeat it, I don't know where we go from here. Your claim is density makes this fall. It's more dense than what's above it too. Why doesn't it fall up? And you're just going to say because things go down. That's what happens. Okay, but why? Because density isn't a force. Density is a measurement. There's no force in density. It's how much mass this.
Levers?
She kicks him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without
Yeah. We got a bunch of those. Yeah.
without turning it political, but it's just buffering. Guys, can somebody let me know in the guest box if you just requested and you're still in there? Kindly let me know, and then you're gonna be let up.
Oh, this guy's a flat earther. Sure.
Earth's flat.
Kindly elaborate.
61 NASA confirmed Earth was flat.
Oh, they did. In what? 61 have to do with it?
NASA?
It's not carbonated.
1961
This
was
guy was
confirmed
good.
by NASA. There's been a lot of history maps.
Hold on.
but-
Stop at the first point. What does 1961 have to do with it?
Well, 1961 NASA confirmed Earth was flat.
Oh, they did. In what?
In 1961.
How'd they do that?
NASA confirmed it.
I mean, they just confirmed that it was, and then they.
No, they just did it. Come on, bro. Show me something.
1964, they joined Disney, and they manipulated to say
They
that
joined
the Earth was round
Disney.
or a circle ball.
NASA is part of Disney.
Now they are. They joined.
Really? You have proof? You have proof of that?
Yeah.
How can I?
I disagree, Sammy. TikTok flirts are the best.
Find that proof.
Going.
Pretty sure Disney's a private company owned by,
I mean, 1960.
Private citizens.
NASA and Disney joined together to
No, they
create
didn't.
videos of the Earth.
one video. Walt Disney hired Werner von Braun to help him with because it was a movie
ever
about
since
space.
then, it's been
One
manipulated
movie he
to
asked him to help with, and that means NASA is Disney, and they're faking everything?
Ever since then, yes.
Okay. You have any proof of that nonsense claim?
I mean, don't you see the cartoons?
Hold on, let me close my door. My son's going crazy.
Shows us proof of actually stuff that they did in the back in the days, and now they are actually confirming it and doing it. So it's just history just repeats itself.
I'm sorry. Do you have any proof of flat Earth?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I have.
You don't. Next.
Go on my TikTok.
Go on your TikTok. You came here, sir. Can you present some evidence of flat Earth?
I have all that stuff.
Prove flat Earth exists right there.
How the world's manipulated by the government.
I didn't ask for feelings. Prove flat Earth.
No, those are not feelings. Those are facts.
Okay. Let's show you. You want to see a fact? Private company, Firefly Aerospace, is orbiting the moon right now in this lander. Some cool pictures came out of it.
Yeah.
There's one from the spacecraft. It's not
AI.
NASA. It's not the government. It's a private company.
No, I know, but lately, like, even
guys
if
following
you have
this,
a
by the way?
cellular phone,
Earth's not flat, buddy.
Super
Do you
cool.
have anything to disprove this? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I could pull out to my outside of my house, bring up my phone,
This is Firefly Aerospace. If you're not following it,
zoom in. I would see a circle. That's manipulated by AI. Everything that we use, our phones and everything, after 1980s, everything's just been different with our technology. Whatever we've seen on our phones is not what actually we see.
Oh, okay. So you believe what came before the 1980s? I can show you that too.
yeah, he went by it fast. I guess I kind of missed it in the moment. But he said everything that comes out of our phones is manipulated, right? Everything that comes out of our phones is manipulated. Gets better.
Or will you have a different excuse for that?
I mean, even 1670s, there's maps of a flat Earth.
I'm sorry, I asked you a specific question. Do you want to see stumping before 1980s? And you'll believe that, right? Because based on what you just said, you don't believe anything after the 80s.
Not after what? Yeah, I would say 1964.
Yeah, that's not real. That one was animation. That was a mission overview animation. But this is actual footage
The
here.
fact that NASA confirmed it, and then they said, "Oh, we joined Disney, and now the Earth is a circle. It's a ball." Like, come on.
Okay.
Like, if I go outside at night and pull out my phone and aim to the moon, it's gonna show me a circle. That's manipulated by AI.
All right, I gotta pause it there. Did you did you catch that? If I go outside at night and I point my camera at the moon, it's manipulated by AI. Fairly certain that's what he just said.
Is actual footage
The
here.
fact that NASA confirmed it, and then they said, "Oh, we joined Disney, and now the Earth is a circle. It's a ball." Like, come on.
Okay.
Like, if I go outside at night and pull out my phone and aim to the moon, it's gonna show me a circle. That's manipulated by AI.
It's going to show me a circle that's manipulated by AI.
What? A circle of what?
Of the moon.
So the moon's not a circle with my eyes? Are my eyes manipulated by AI?
Oh, I mean, what do you think the moon is?
Are my eyes manipulated by AI?
You don't see what the phones see, right?
Yes. You can zoom in and see like more detail because you can zoom in. I can use a telescope too. My telescope is not manipulated by AI. It's in my living room right now. I've taken many pictures of the moon.
You can't see it right now, but Maria, the host, she tries to be neutral because she wants to host debates. So she's, she won't beat up on them like I would. But she was off screen at this moment. She just ducked completely off screen and was hysterically laughing when I started asking him if my eyes are AI. It was cracking me up too.
I mean,
What? What is your point?
the moon could be a reflection of the Earth.
Could it be? It could be cheese. Guess what? It's not. People have been on it. We brought rocks back from it.
There's no way.
Guess what? You can bounce radar off of it.
We cannot come out of this dome. That's a fact.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've proven your point here today for sure.
You cannot go out of space. You could be in space, not out of space.
Okay. No one's out of space, so I don't know what you're talking about. Outer space, maybe.
Because if the Earth was actually round and it was spinning certain miles an hour, with that whatever 1,000 miles an hour, we would be flying out. Why when I jump, I'm not in the
You're
different
back.
spot. I'm in the same.
Right there, you heard my daughter come in and tell me my son threw an RC car at her face. She was hysterically crying. I had to go
Spot.
handle some shit.
If you stay in here.
Fast forward, but
In your opinion, but in my opinion, not reflective of this channel or Maria, flat earthers are getting.
Like the FE.
I can't believe my eyes see AI moons. That's a new one.
she loses her shit here.
It's cloudy today, but man, my eyes, they're good. You don't have to weigh in on your opinion, but in my opinion, not reflective of this channel or Maria, flat earthers are getting stupider. They just are.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome in. What shape do you believe the Earth is?
Yo, it's flat.
Why do you believe that?
Flat crew.
I went to the edge. I went to the
All right,
Eiffel.
trolley.
It was flat.
No name, but
If you're convinced it's okay.
prove it can't curve. How about you do that?
It's flat.
Okay, good. Can you elaborate why you believe it's flat?
Well, I need you, since you guys are spilling this can you prove that water curved?
Do you see the sign? Provide your proof, and it's not water doesn't curve. That's not proof. That's your own delusion. Prove flat Earth, please.
So either one of you Globus here can prove that water curved, yes or no?
I'm not a child. I don't succumb to reverse psychology. Okay? Of course we could do that. Prove flat Earth. Prove it can't curve. How about you do that?
Well, water proves that the Earth is flat.
Wow, you can repeat yourself. I'm impressed with this repetition you can do.
Water proves the Earth is flat.
It does.
Now, you have to prove that it curves. So go ahead and do that since you're up here standing
Sure.
curve here.
You want to see personal stuff? What do you want to see?
I don't have to do
What can I
anything. I love
prove
when
to
they say
you?
that.
What would prove it to you? What would you like
Well,
to
show
see?
me water curving. Why am I able to see well into the ocean there, or well across the world?
Well into the ocean.
That's Maria's in the chat right there if you want to go follow her on TikTok.
Why can I see more than the 3 miles that you and the rest of the Globers allege?
Some things are tall. When they're tall, you can see them past 3 miles. You still can't see the bottoms of them.
Okay, so let's take Lake Michigan there. You know what Lake Michigan is?
Do I
I don't
know?
know. It's like one of those lakes, right?
Do I know
One of
what
those
Lake
Great
Michigan
Lakes.
is?
Now, why can I see Chicago from Lake Michigan?
Chicago. Because it's tall. There's buildings. They're tall buildings.
Because it's tall.
Yeah.
That's your answer.
Do you have some data? Do you have some pictures? What do you got?
From Lake Michigan, I can see not only the.
Are you at Lake Michigan, or are you talking about other people's pictures?
I'm actually from Michigan, buddy.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna let you sit up here and spill this nonsense too much longer.
You got me, bro.
I've heard you back and forth, and you're gonna have to prove. You're gonna have to prove why can I see Lake Michigan?
Okay. How far
Why
away
can
are
I
you
see
from Chicago?
It's almost, what is it, 45, almost 50
Yeah, she's Danish. Is that what I said? Denmark, right? I think I said that early on.
miles.
45, 50 miles. So you're just
No, you're getting flat.
You're just east of Indiana Dunes?
That's what's happening right now. I'm flat smacking you.
So,
I'm flat
bro,
smacking the host.
stop
You're gonna
embarrassing
have to-
yourself.
you're gonna have to
Lucius,
show me why
stop
can't I see-
embarrassing
why can't I
yourself.
see Chicago from
I
Lake
flat
Michigan?
smacked you. You've been flat smacked, guys. Flat smacked you.
Stop embarrassing yourself.
Buddy,
No one's ever been
I
flat smacked in their life.
And I flat smacked the host backhand.
Bro, you came in, said,
Chicago, I flat smacked you. What is that?
Why
What is that?
can I
Grow
say
up.
Chicago from Lake Michigan.
Grow up.
you're 40
can I
miles
see
away.
Chicago?
Okay, so let's do the
Why can I
math.
see
I'll show you the
Chicago from
math.
Lake
That's why. So where exactly are you we're looking at it from? Let's start there.
My face still hurts from getting flat smacked today.
Where are you looking at it from? I'm sorry, you can unmute now.
Well, let's say we're in.
Do they really think they're flat smacking people? I have to know. I have to know. Do they really think they're flat smacking? Are they that delusional that they think they can come in and go, Chicago, flat smacked?
The
Now
lake,
let's-
the dune.
let's say we're in the dunes.
Dune. It doesn't matter where you are in
okay.
Lake Michigan. But
Certainly it
buddy,
does,
you
because
can see
that
Doesn't matter where
changes
you are.
your distance and your height.
It doesn't matter where you are in Michigan. Why get into specifics?
This
Okay.
only disproves your spinning ball.
So
guys.
Warren Dunes. Let's do Warren Dunes then for you. Okay, we'll do Warren Dunes. How far away is Warren Dunes from Chicago?
I believe it's about 50 miles.
I'm smelling a "You've Been Flat Smacked" T-shirt coming on here. Maybe a hoodie.
Maybe more.
Yeah, it's 59. I'll help you out.
Which is way too far. I don't even know what
Definitely
you're
is.
typing up.
It needs like a flat Earth. It needs like a flat Earth with like hands coming out, like arms coming out, and just like bitch slapping a globe. And just right. You've been flat smacked.
I'm sure you could show me the math to prove how that's way too far, but I'll show you. How high was he when he took that picture? Because we're talking about Nowicki. Is it Joshua Nowicki? I always forget his first name. I think I always call him Joshua by accident. Someone's going to yell at me.
I gotta make that
Proof,
bigger.
buddy. That's not
Okay.
proof of
So-
why I can see Chicago from Lake Michigan.
Yeah, we're getting it. It is Joshua Nowicki. Thank you, Hasselblad. So where was that picture taken from? Warren Dunes. How high are Warren Dunes above the lake?
I'm not smacking these guys.
It's weird how you won't walk through the observation with me, but you're just going to yell flat smack.
Can't make that wide enough. That's weird.
How high are Warren Dunes above the lake?
We're at lake surface, buddy. We're not going to.
No, you're not. Warren Dunes are
We're not going
dunes.
to play
They're
semantics here
dunes.
about how high up the lake dunes are. I'm not sitting on top of a 200-foot dune. I'm at
Oh, you certainly are.
shoreline, and
I
I'm
gotta
seeing
figure out that
Chicago
formatting.
from the lake from the Lake Michigan here, buddy.
All right, hold on, buddy. God, Maria's phone's going to die right at the worst moment.
Yes, the Monty Python trout
Anyway,
slap. Absolutely.
there is no spinning ball. You've been disproven. Water disproves that you shouldn't be able to see Chicago
Elevation.
from Michigan.
I'm just going to type this in real quick. You think I haven't done this? I did this years ago, bro. 260 feet is the elevation of Warren Dunes.
You're finished, guy. You can't disprove it.
Well, yes, I can. So you said, go right here. You said Warren Dunes was at the lakeshore. It is 260 feet in elevation on average.
Warren
Josh-
Dunes is the location of the beach, but if you can
It's
walk
not the
down
beach.
from those dunes. No, I'm not going to let you play semantics here, buddy. You can walk
Semantics.
down from those dunes. You can walk down from those dunes, and you can walk to the actual shoreline.
Oh,
And
can you?
From that shoreline,
Let me see the picture from the shoreline then.
Chicago.
Let me see the picture of the shoreline then.
Not the top of the buildings. You can see from the ground, from the lake surface.
Show me your picture, you liar. Can I be
You
clearer?
can Google it right now. I'm not going to show it off my phone.
Okay,
This is-
I'll do your work for you.
You're spinning
me-
ball nonsense.
Let me do your work for you.
They hop in to prove the flat Earth. You can look it up yourself.
Because the picture everyone references from Warren Dunes is from Joshua Nowicki, and he was 175 feet above the lake in the Warren Dunes. He actually brought the reporters there in a video to show them where he took the picture from. He was well above the lake.
You don't have to be sitting on top of the dunes to see this, buddy. So I'm not gonna let you tell people that.
Okay, so Chicago.
Water disproves your spinning ball. It's done. It's
Warren
finished.
Dunes.
Okay, that's two flat smacks. That's one for you and one for Maria.
You haven't made a point yet. I'm doing your own research for you. You've been wrong on everything so far. The only thing you've flat smacked is your own freaking IQ.
You're done, buddy. I'm not gonna play semantics with you. Water disproves.
You don't have to play semantics. Show
Okay.
me a picture of of Chicago from the shoreline of Warren Dunes, please.
Anybody watching this can go type that in.
Right,
Warren
I
Dunes
found
State
one
Park.
here.
Now,
I
it doesn't
found one.
say it's from the shore, and you can actually see treetops there. So it's definitely not from the water level, and you're not seeing the entire city. You're not seeing the bottoms of these buildings. You're not seeing the shoreline. You're not seeing half the city.
You're also not zoomed in. You're seeing way more.
Oh,
than you
zoom
see
in.
off of
Just
8
zoom
inches
in.
per
We'll bring it all
photo.
back.
You're done. You
Okay.
shouldn't even see the top of the buildings.
Oh, well, we were getting to that, but you won't let me. So you want to finish that before you run away, or are you going to run away now?
No.
Okay. Just run away now, buddy. Oh, really? That's weird.
You know that.
So this
I'm not
graph,
sure who-
this
I
graph.
hope anybody watching this is aware of this guy. He's full
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
I've been
He
thoroughly
knows-
flat
he
smacked
knows
today.
he's flat. He's probably a page shield. This is ridiculous, guy.
So this graph, for everybody else who cares, because you don't, is the height of Willis Tower, 1,700 feet. This is from 160 feet above the lake, as he was in Warren Dunes, 60 miles away. Standard atmospheric refraction, which it was more than that, but this is just standard.
Guys, it's on 1%.
There it is. There's your buildings you should see. Guess what? Matches reality. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for playing.
And on that note, I gotta end it so I can say goodbye to everybody, okay? Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'll see everybody later, okay?
All right. Bye, Maria.
Bye, Globy, bye. And for
I would have done that for another 4 hours. I was just like wetting my whistles. 50 minutes maybe. It's disappointing. She does a thing, I don't know, it's her thing. She does a thing where she goes live until her battery dies of her phone. I don't know why. She could just get a battery pack or plug the goddamn phone in. No, but really, she says it takes a lot out of her doing these lives for hours, speaking English. I don't know if I played that part. She said it at some point during the live. I don't know if I played that or skipped it. I think I skipped it. Yeah, she, and I get it. It takes a lot of mental power to speak a different language for hours, especially when you're arguing with flirts. When I argue with flirts for hours, I speak English. I get exhausted. I can't imagine if it was a second language. So I get it. But like, she just lets her phone run out, and when it dies, it dies. It could be in the middle of a word. You could just be in the middle of whatever you're doing and just boop, gone. So that is that. That was a fun time today. Yeah, her battery is her timer. I guess it's a good way to keep yourself in check and not run late. Just, I'm going to do this until my battery dies, and that's it. Speaking of which, my phone battery's at 50%. Should I hop on TikTok? Let's see. I'm gonna go see if there's any Flat Earther lives going on. Yeah, there's a couple. What do you think, you guys? Impromptu live here on TikTok, on YouTube. And we got 53 people in here. It's not bad for something not planned. You guys want me to go over to TikTok and see what we can rustle up? I will say, just to give you guys a couple of announcements, I've been in contact with a few people. Oh, Ted Park, $2. Thanks. Very entertaining. I appreciate it. Thank you. I've been in contact with King Nico, who's agreed to a debate, and also Fakatzoid, who's agreed to a debate. So currently working on scheduling those. Although I contacted them separately and they both separately agreed. And now I'm thinking in my head, Toon owes me a 2-on-2. I had a scheduled 2-on-2 with him, and we showed up, and Matthew Akeem just rolled a grenade into the live and started throwing out all sorts of P3DO accusations and stuff. So that debate didn't happen. So I keep meaning to bust Toon's balls. He owes me a 2-on-2. I'm wondering if Fakatzoid and King Nico would do a 2-on-2 with us. That'd be interesting. I don't know if Toon's ever debated. He hasn't debated King Nico, right? I don't think so. How do you fix that level of willful ignorance? Well, willful ignorance always finds its level. So luckily, we have that. All right, so let's see. Get the screen share up. Let's see what's going on TikTok. God, I was so happy for like half a day. This guy.
Well, if you guys are seeing this, my main account with 630,000 followers just got banned. So
I was so happy. This guy got banned. I think he got his account back though. I think he might have got it back. But if there's a bigger grifter than David Weiss, it's this guy. Oh, Toon spoke with Nico on the Drunk Debunk show. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I figured I'd throw it out there. It might be an interesting 2-on-2, or I could just prolong it and do one-on-ones with each of them. Then again, they both said yes, and then they asked for scheduling, and neither one of them replied yet. So I'm waiting back to hear from either one of them on what to do. Also, coming up, we'll be speaking at some point with Jaron. He agreed to come on and give a little chat. I'm going to do that on TikTok to expose a different crowd over there, and I'll restream it on here. But yeah, that'll be through TikTok, restreamed here. But yeah, it could be Monday. I don't know. I threw Monday out there. We'll see. It might be Monday night. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I got some things coming up. So if you haven't fucking followed me yet, follow me. You sons of bitches. I normally don't dress like this, but this is my Globey McGuido face outfit. This is my Globey G. Well, let's make me bigger. It's my Globey G with the crown. My bling. This is when I'm going to yell at Flurfs in just raging Italian accent. This is going to be my outfit. So, man, just subscribe. You're going to get some cosplay. In the middle of all this, got to get some cosplay. Why not? Yes, I have heard of Quantum Eraser. Someone else mentioned him to me, and I asked if he debated. I don't remember. I haven't seen him debating anybody, but maybe he just hasn't debated in a while. Jesus Christ. McGuido face. Yeah, it's McGuido face. You're fucking telling me. No fucking way. Tar and feathered. I'll reach out to him. Why not? I'm really unaware of his work, but I can go obviously do some research. I'm not sure what his fucking deal is, what his angle is. I do recall seeing some of his videos like back in the day about some bullshit. Quantum Eraser. So he did. Is he the one that did the video on proving the moon landing was fake by using? God, what the hell was his angle? It was some stupid angle about EM. like an EM filter on the pictures was proving it wasn't real light. Because if you, yeah, I think that was him. I'm pretty sure that was Quantum Eraser. I debunked those on my TikTok years ago. His name sounds familiar from that. Yeah, so he tried to take pictures after the fact. Pictures already taken. And then apply filters to them to try to pull out the EM. It was, oh fuck, what is the videos, man? It was so long ago. It's hard to remember. You need to put a filter on when you're taking the picture to capture that data. You can't apply it after the fact. So they're like, oh look, this is what real light should look like. And then here's the pictures from Apollo. The light doesn't look like that. It was all stage studio lighting, right? It's so fucking stupid. You should do a double debate with Jaren. Wow. Wow. Infinite loop just blew my mind. That could be the angle here. That could be a good angle. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's ready to join the globe side debate though yet. Yes, this is some serious shoulder surgery right there. I tore my labrum when I was in high school. Might have been middle school. It was very early on, playing football. Ended up with a dislocation problem. Just kept dislocating my arm or my shoulder. At least 30 times I dislocated this thing. I can't even count. And then eventually I ended up getting the surgery. It would just it was so loose it would just fall out as I was like, I remember it like popping out once when I was shopping. I went to like the grocery store and like I was with my girlfriend. I was like, oh, look at that over there. I was like, I just lifted my arm too fast and like pointed it a certain way, I guess. And my shoulder just like slipped out. And I was like, oh, and popped it back in. Yeah, I was like, okay, it's time. I think it's time. Time for the old surgery. Well, that's what I don't get about Jaren. So, and that's what I want to talk to him about, right? It's part of it, right? Like, how much has this opened his eyes about how much he's been wrong in the past, right? Matter of fact, I pulled up. Do I still have it? Maybe we could watch that. Let's see. I saved it on my phone. Let's see if I have that. I have a. So they featured me. Matter of fact, let's go through it. Why not? Let's see if I have. Every time I go to my desktop, my icons move. I fucking love Windows. Why do you do that, Windows? Why do you change my fucking icons? Let's see. Is it? Ah, here it is. I found it.
I'm sure his wife's real happy with that.
All right, so this, to set the stage here, is I was having some back and forths at this point with KK Caleb. Get Linux. I want to like Linux. I just like, why? I don't. I have too much stuff I run that I don't need to be programming for to get it to work. Just stop. So I had done, this was maybe a year or two ago. I don't even remember anymore. I had been going back and forth with KK Caleb, this dude, in some videos back and forth on TikTok. We were TikTok battling. He was losing. And this was the time he was going into a venture startup with Derek. This is Dare IK right here. Those of you who don't know, this is the guy who lost the moon. He literally lost the moon. He did the video, and Toons put it up, so maybe you've seen it over there. He lost the moon. I mean, what can I say? I feel like we got to show you that now. So how do I... Hold on. Like, this is going deep. We're going into the rabbit hole now, so let's see. Albums. Let's see if I have this saved. If I don't have it saved, we'll move on. But it's worth a watch if I have it easily accessible here. Where is my Flat Earth folder? Let's see, do I have it? I have some other Derek videos. Oh, these are bad.
You want to roll up? I live in Bend, Oregon. You want my address? I will send it to you.
This is him on his second account, his burner account. This is how deep we got here. Let's see.
You want to roll up? I live in Bend, Oregon. You want my address? I will send it to you. You think you are tough? Do you? You think you're fucking tough, Globy? You want my fucking address? We'll see who's scared. I have 5 steps that lead up to my front door, okay? You walk up them, and I guarantee you, you ain't touching one of them on your way down. Bet.
Anyone give Globe a ride?
Bet.
Globe needs a ride here. Anybody? I'm looking for a kid. He's
This is all shit he used to do. Watch this. This is
Thought
great.
you were tough, huh? You thought so, did ya?
Yeah, look how tweaked he is right now. He's on something. What is he on? You internet sleuths, you tell me what he's on. Watch his teeth chatter here.
Huh? You thought so, did ya?
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
You thought. I wonder if that car outside your house is me. Wonder if your mom made it home safely or not. Thought you were.
Meanwhile, he's posting videos about love and peace and flat earth and... I wonder if your mom made it home safe tonight.
Hello, Globy. Did you miss me? I did not miss you.
Look how dilated his eyes are.
But I guess it's time for a message. I didn't tell on Julius. That wasn't even me. And you feel that big old thorn in your ass growing? That's me. Yeah. You want that thorn coming out your page?
Notice he's wearing a hood. We'll get into that in a minute.
Personally, do you think that you want my attention on Sigma Octanus?
I'm so scared.
To find out if there's a company
He's gonna
under that
dox me.
name
He's gonna dox me, guys.
who owns the company. All of the public information I will find. Do you want my attention? Do you think you could handle it? Because I don't think you could handle my attention. I don't give a fuck about you.
He's a sweetheart.
I don't give a fuck.
He's a sweetheart. He went on a tirade. He went on a high tirade and posted all these separately.
Thought you were tough, huh? You thought so, did ya?
Oh, this is the same one, I think. Oh, yeah, it's the same one.
You fucking clowns couldn't kick around the idea of being a turd in my fucking pocket, let alone being a conversation on the table. Fuck you both. Fuck you, Julius, and fuck you to the globe model. Yeah, fuck you. See this face? I'm ending you.
This is like, I love this shit. I'm sorry. I don't know if this is boring for you guys. I love this shit. So 3 years ago, this has to be 3 years ago. Is there a date on here?
You fuck.
Oh, July? No, that's when I uploaded it. I don't know when that actually happened, but it's probably at least 3 years ago. Update. He's no longer on TikTok. He's no longer anywhere. He's disappeared. And he made a comeback video just to update his loyal followers about what's been happening. He had to leave TikTok because he had no time for TikTok anymore. Because during this period of time in his life when he was wasting his time doing this, getting high on the couch and making videos, he got into so much credit card debt that he had to get a second, maybe even a third job. I don't remember anymore. But he had to get a bunch of jobs to pay off his credit card debt so that he could provide for his kids. Yeah, he has a kid. A kid. Yeah, so he's no longer around. Just saying who lasted and who did not. Oh, that's the beat me up video. Yeah, so he's funny. I don't have the... Shit, now I want to show you guys this moon video. How do I find this easily? The moon disappeared. So when you see videos of me, just so you know, if you ever see a video of me and I'm dressed like this.
So, you want to know why the northern stars rotate.
And I'm making that voice. That's me doing my Derek impression.
Counterclockwise, and the southern stars rotate clockwise.
That's how he does all his videos. He's always wearing a beanie and or a hood at the same time. He's fantastic. He's easily my favorite flat earther of all time. Yeah, see, I did a whole bunch of videos in character.
So you want to talk about flight paths that prove a flat Earth, do you?
He always starts his videos with "oh." I don't know why.
Okay, let's do that.
Online, you can download the PDF, and there's.
Oh, fuck you, David Weiss. I gotta find his moon video though. I promise. Here's me reenacting his moon video. My stellar acting.
Okay, so I have an unbelievable update for you on the moon and the sun. You ready to see it? There is the sun. But when you look around, and I've driven all over town.
This is verbatim.
To look for the damn thing, but the moon disappeared. It disappeared. And that ain't possible on a globe or a flat Earth. It's nowhere to be found. I've literally driven all over town. And this damn thing is gone. It's gone. Are you guys ready to start looking for the truth? Are you ready to leave the globe model behind? Because this is impossible to have happened. The moons disappeared.
The moons.
It just vanished.
Hey, globe earthers, I want to see you explain this one.
Okay.
Let's see you explain this one. God, my acting's horrible. I know my acting's horrible. Leave me alone. I'm working on it. All right, so that was word for word. I'll try to find his video, but let's see. Does he do
Oh, so you made a video about me and the island of Crete observation, but refused to mention my name or tag me in it? Okay, let's do that.
The island of Crete.
Lines up perfectly.
You guys saw this island of Crete horse shit?
Our observer used these calculations to time the exact date and time he had to be there to catch this image.
Well, derelict, you're right. The observer would be seeing the sunset over the island of Crete from there. However, it's also over some other things. That's right,
That was my 8-year-old daughter's hoodie I squeezed myself into, by the way.
Angle to the sun on a flat Earth would be way beyond any of that. Over Italy, over France and Spain. How do you know it's those mountains from Crete? As a matter of fact, you could do some very simple math. I know that's a struggle for flat earthers, but for the sun to appear a half a degree above the horizon from 618 miles away, it would have to be about 5 miles in the sky. That's 26,000 feet. So the sun can't even appear to be setting behind Crete due to perspective. Unless you're saying the sun is 26,000 feet up.
This person actually believes that that is a silhouette caused by clouds.
Yes.
Why is he wasting his breath?
So that's supposedly the mountains of Crete.
If he believes that those are in fact mountains, what mountains are they?
I wasted my time talking about the oil rig because that proves you're not looking at the mountains. Let me explain clearer. This would be your line of sight
We're off on a tangent now.
to
sorry.
Crete from the location in Israel. And if you plot the GPS location of the oil rig, you will see that it's to the right of the observer's line of sight. Now, if you have a functioning brain and aren't living in denial, you will clearly see that the oil rig is to the left of the supposed mountains. Therefore, the conclusion is those aren't mountains.
The placement of this oil rig is not a coup de grace. That's because oil rigs, they can float on the water like a ship. His one
Like a
so you're
ship.
claiming the oil rig moves because it's floating. Well, that would be true of some oil rigs. However, the Mari B, unlike floating rigs, is a platform tethered to the seabed. Much like the points you think you're making, the oil rig never goes anywhere.
only one possible landmass that the observer could have recorded, and that landmass is 616 miles away.
So, let's recap. You first straw man by claiming I thought those were mountains, just not the mountains in question. Then you
Oh my God. So this is the whole point. So this is how the whole thing ended, by the way. My whole beef with this guy before he just blocked me and disappeared. So this is right after he blocked me. This was my final video I saw and I saved. So you've noticed that he's been wearing a hoodie or a beanie in all his videos. Here's another one, for example. Oh, this is how he says "oh" before the start of every video.
So.
I do crack myself up if I say so myself. Man, I went through a Derek phase here.
You want to talk about why atmospheric pressure crushes this oil tanker, but not the Apollo spacecraft.
Man, I miss my beef with Derek. That was fun times. Man, we were off on a tangent. So let me just finish it with this. So I figured out one day when in a spy account, I went and saw his video he posted under a spy account because he had blocked me. And watch this craziness.
So you want to know why I wear the beanie, do ya? All right, let's do that. As you all should know, I've yet to video myself without this thing on. But why do I always wear the beanie? Well, there's a real simple answer to that. And that answer is, I shared a haircut with somebody I did not want to be associated with. If you ignore the lack of gray hair, and the lack of stress all over my face, some could almost say I look like Globey. Do you know why that is funny? I find it to be hilarious because the dude is my polar opposite. Everything I stand for, he hates. And everything he stands for, I hate. Because the dude stood with this hair for so long, I hated my fucking hair. I hated that I shared any resemblance to that guy. So why am I showing it to you? Well, something happened and the dude shaved his head bald.
Dude.
So now maybe you guys might see my hair more often. I know many of my haters out there like to talk about it. So, here I am. And I'd like for you to take...
So let's slow this one down. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate you finding me funny. I find myself funny. I do have a weird sense of humor, though. So this guy wakes up, like this shit I find funny. This is my sense of humor. This guy wakes up every day. Every day he wakes up and sees me in the mirror. He sees me in the mirror and goes, I can't look like that. I got to put a hat on and a hoodie and hide what I look like because he sees me. That's how obsessed and crazy these fucking people are. Yeah. Now, I did shave my head. I shaved my head because my mother was going through chemo, and myself and my brother shaved our heads. So I guess he took that as a door, an open door to go take his hat off and be like, finally, I don't look like Globey. Fucking crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Talk about fucking rent free. So anyway, we were talking. Where's that video? Let's see. I still have it up. Is that it? Nope. Oh, it wasn't YouTube. Where was it? It was hiking. Who the hell searched hiking? I didn't search hiking. I thought I still had it up. Oh well, hold on. Let me go back to my flat Earth. Oh no, that was here it is. All right, so I guess
I'm sure his wife's
the point of me setting that up was this was during the time when I was beefing with this guy here and this guy too, and they were starting a podcast online called Unearthing 5D Reality, which crashed and burned miserably, but it was funny while it lasted. And we've been having some back and forths, video battles, and they went on Jaren's show to talk about various things, and I came up. So the topic we were beefing about is atmospheric pressure, that whole stupid jazz with you can't have pressure next to a vacuum, blah, blah, blah. So KK Caleb had asked me for an example, a terrestrial example of pressure without a container. Right? So let's see what happens.
real happy with that.
Love to see that.
The second law of thermodynamics, bro, is my favorite thing.
The windsurfer, which is about 15.
Bro, it's my favorite thing to bring up with them. When I brought it up with Globey, I was like, Globey, if the second law of thermodynamics necessitates that low pressure systems seek high pressure systems violent.
Okay, so notice first, he keeps saying low pressure systems seek high pressure systems. Thank you, Jan, for the respect. I'm sorry you lost your dad to leukemia. Luckily, my mother has beat it so far. So far, so good. But I am sorry for your loss.
It doesn't.
Having a negative 10 to the negative 17.
So anyway, he keeps saying low pressure goes to high pressure. So he doesn't even know what he's talking about to begin with.
Torr vacuum sitting next to our atmospheric pressure
Impossible.
gradient. And you know what he invoked? Do you know what I asked him for a terrestrial example? So an example that is repeatable, observable on Earth.
On Earth.
Of gas not needing a container. When you even look at the definition of...
What is this horse shit? Not enough memory to open this page? What does that mean? Let's try refreshing. Oh, there we go. Yes, KK Caleb is a fan of a certain failed Austrian painter. Yes, very true. If you go to, it's Caleb FE, caleb.fe. If you go to his, shameless plug, go to his X. Go see how much of a piece of garbage he is. Because he's free to say whatever he wants over on X. On TikTok, he's a little more reserved, but has said some pretty bad shit. Such as, quick example, saying that Hitler was not such a bad guy. He was misunderstood and just wanted the Jews to leave and asked them to leave nicely. Mm-hmm. Yes, he said that.
Gas pressure, it's the literal pressure that's being exerted on the container. Let me guess. It said, look at the weather.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pause it. So, look at the weather. Yes. So, he asked me for a terrestrial example. Now, I'm not a genius, but I think that means terrestrial. Like here on Earth.
The exact thing that is in question he invoked.
See,
Weather's not in question.
It was crazy. And I
The weather's not in question.
like, okay, well, that's kind of what is in question. You're kind of reifying the exact thing which is in question.
Caleb, you're not using the fallacies even correctly. You're not even using the right one.
What the hell?
Reification is when you use an abstract idea and pass it off as fact. Weather isn't abstract. The atmosphere isn't abstract.
Oh,
You specifically
He got
asked
you.
me for
it
terrestrial
hurts.
observation showing high pressure next to low pressure without
Thank
a
you,
physical
Zetetic
barrier.
West.
That was your request. That's what I provided.
Wait, what?
A terrestrial observation that's repeatable and observable.
Yeah.
Cannot use. So what is that fallacy actually called? If you got that right, what is the
It's a
fallacy?
reification
Begging the
fallacy or
question,
begging
not
the question fallacy.
reification.
It's kind of similar. to
No, it's
both.
not kind
Yeah,
of
I guess it
similar.
would be begging the question, which is you've
He thinks because there's a re in the word, like you redo something, like re. He thinks that means that you're begging the question, like you're restating the solution as the problem, or the problem as the solution.
already. Yeah, you can't use.
But
if
he
we're
is
asking
also
for-
reifying the atmosphere sitting next to a vacuum. So it is a
No, I'm not.
reification fallacy.
No, it's not. I'm not reifying anything next to anything. That's not what that means.
Not using that wrong.
Go ahead, Dick.
Well, and so check it out. They will point out wind, right? They'll say
So just to reify the problem here, he's claiming he asked for a terrestrial example of pressure, high pressure next to low pressure without a container. And the whole point is you can have a high pressure weather system. Yes, it's moving. Yes, it's doing things. It's moving from high pressure to low pressure over time, but it's not contained. Their claim is you would have violent equalization. They always say that, right? You have high pressure next to low pressure. You have violent equalization according to the second law of thermodynamics, and everything would equalize instantaneously, right? That's just not the facts. That's not the facts. You want a terrestrial example of something, the water, and we get into that in a minute here. Let's get over to the water.
That's the answer of why the atmosphere
Let's
doesn't.
hear it.
Because it's not going at the escape velocity. So now he's
Dan, debate.
Wants to debate you. I'll be a mod.
Atmosphere, which it contains our weather system,
Right.
can't sit next to a
Hopefully,
vacuum.
people understand what you're saying. Is that
all right, let's really-
Can't sit next to a
Hopefully-
vacuum. Our atmosphere, which it contains our. Isn't
Corzo.
this crazy? Is this not
This is
crazy how
crazy.
It's insane.
confidently this dude is saying weather when I say that our atmosphere, which it contains our weather system,
Right.
can't sit next to a
Hopefully,
vacuum.
people understand what you're saying. Is that So what he's looking for is that if there's gas pressure that can exist next to a vacuum without a container, or even or you can have pressure without a container, then show us. And they say, well, the atmosphere.
So what they've done is they've created a scenario. You're still going. Quick chat. Yeah, I don't know. What is it, 3 hours now? Quick chat. 3 hours is quick. So what they're doing is they're setting up a scenario in which they can't be proven wrong by asking for a terrestrial example. And then when you give it, they say, you're just reifying the problem, which is the wrong word anyway. You're just begging the question. You can't say the atmosphere. You can't say the water. You can't say anything on Earth because that's what's in question. The Earth is what's in question. But you just asked for something terrestrial. So what you've done is made it so I can't give you any examples. You're just going to say, well, that's all the Earth, so it doesn't count. Okay, so then how do we prove this? How do we prove it? If I can't give you any examples in reality of the world we live in because this is the Earth, and you're just going to say I'm begging the question, then how do we get past this? Well, there is one, the water.
Well, that's not an answer. You can't
You're
just
reifying the exact thing,
Oh,
the
you
exact
still-
subject which is in question. Is
Especially
the
if there's no
atmosphere
other
sitting next
example
to
of
a
it. If there's
vacuum
no
He's still misusing. So normal people would have been like, oh, he's right. He just corrected me on that fallacy I keep misusing. Let me fix that. No, he keeps reusing the same wrong fallacy.
other example of it
There's none.
Right. So then the only
what
choice
they do
is
try
that
to
one.
invoke, they'll try to invoke gases that are heavier than nitrogen and oxygen, which
Yeah.
make up our atmosphere. They'll try to invoke something like that. But again, you are in our atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
It's
You're in the
another
atmosphere.
reification fallacy.
Right.
Like, I'm not arguing that there's a gradient to our atmosphere. I'm arguing that you can't have a gradient without a container.
Right. Yep.
And
And
so it's just a lack of understanding. It's an argument from incredulity.
That's not what you're arguing. You're arguing you can't have pressure. You can't have high pressure next to low pressure is what you're arguing without a container, because that high pressure would move to the low pressure. But your own model disproves you because there's a gradient. Even if you invoke a dome, you still have a gradient inside your dome. So why isn't the high pressure inside your dome moving to the lower pressure?
yeah, and it's just because they can't. Again, this is one where you're. I guess I understand that they can never admit this one. So it's not one that you're going to ever have success with because it literally proves they can't be right. So,
But it's a great way to show that they're
Yes.
not being logically honest.
yep, I say bring it up every time, especially in any debate.
Yep,
And when
exactly.
anybody talks about this atmospheric pressure and they believe it's the actual weight of the air being pulled down over your head,
It is.
just ask them if you could measure it in any direction, because it doesn't need to go down. A barometer goes down because that's how it's designed. It's
Barometer. Say it with us. Barometer.
measuring the downward flux of the air pressure, but you could turn it sideways and get the same exact result. You could flip it upside down and get the same exact result. It does not need to be downward, and if gravity was pulling the atmosphere down and that's all air pressure is, it would only work in one direction. It would have to, because gravity is one directional, air pressure is not. So that disproves this entire argument like that.
Like that. Like that. Disproven. Yo, it's disproven like that. I just disproved it. Yeah. Okay. Gas wants to expand in all directions. Good. So you can measure it in all directions. Great. That's called pressure. We all fucking get it. I don't even understand anymore. Okay, let's keep going.
Absolutely. And they just don't get it because they want to say, like, oh, there's a gradient, and then it goes all the way really thin, and then the thinness sits next to. It's like, okay, but is there more pressure at the thinness than there is in the space? Yes. Okay, then that would equalize.
No.
Now it's next to more atmosphere. That would equalize. And it would just chomp on down until.
Unless maybe you have, I don't know, something like a force that's preventing it from equalizing. Because that's all you need.
Yeah.
Eliminated all the atmosphere from Earth. It cannot be that it sits next to, and I know they need it. They need it because we need to spin and we need to fly through space and never be impeded and never slow down. And so they need this magical place of a vacuum, which I don't even think exists, like they say anyway. So Flatter Day, March 18th, northbound equinox celebration, California.
Without a physical barrier, without observation showing high pressure.
Continue on with Mick Globers.
McGlobers.
Observation showing high pressure next to low pressure without a physical barrier. That was your request.
That was his request.
That's what I provided.
No, yeah, but if we
So bad.
again, and this is the same thing if you said to somebody, well, I want an example of something that's a sphere that keeps water attached to the outside, and they kept saying the Earth. No. I'm looking for another
Yeah,
example.
it's the
same thing,
perfect
right?
example.
They just
Perfect
don't get it. They're like, no, the Earth. Yeah, we're trying to prove that
He
this is an example.
Actually, during a debate, I went on a 2v1 debate with him. He had Globeman and Globey McGlobeface, and he actually invoked the ocean as well, because the ocean has a gradient based on the pressure of the water that's sitting on top of it. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's also a reification fallacy, because I'm saying that the ocean is contained by the Antarctic wall that encompasses us, that contains the water.
Right.
You're saying that water's just bending 8 inches per mile squared at the surface because of this.
So now, pressure needs a container. Also works when your container doesn't have a lid, just has sides. Does that compute? Are they now saying you can have pressure in a container even if the container's not contained? Because if you don't have a lid, it's not contained. The whole point of what they're saying is you need a container, a cylinder, something solid surrounding something on all sides to create pressure. If you don't have a lid, you're missing a fucking side. So yes, the water is a perfect example to disprove their bullshit.
This freaking crap called gravity that you can't even define.
No. And you asked even Neil deGrasse Tyson, what is gravity? What is gravity? We don't know. We don't know what it is.
Exactly. I always say that. Like even Neil deGrasse Tyson, your main astrophysicist that portrait model, will admit that he has no idea what gravity is. So why are you acting like you know?
Yeah, they just need it because it really, and again, that Walter Llewellyn guy, he points out that even on, you pointed out in your gravity video, that even on scales that are thousands of kilometers, that the acting body is electromagnetism, not gravity. He doesn't invoke gravity until you get to planet-sized things. Well, we're not planet-sized, okay?
Incorrect. Again, incorrect. Let's hear that again.
Not gravity. He doesn't invoke gravity until you get to planet-sized things. Well,
no. So he misunderstood what Walter Lewin was saying. He said electric forces dominate up to hundreds of kilometers. So that's what he's saying. That's what he thinks Walter Lewin said. But what Walter Lewin also said was at the atomic scale. Hundreds of kilometers at the atomic scale. Anything bigger than atoms start to be influenced by gravity. And then Walter Lewin goes on to talk about gravity and the gravitational forces. So they like to cherry pick. They like to bullshit everybody and misunderstand what they're hearing. But yeah, Walter Lewin did say 100 kilometers, but they forget that they're talking about at the atomic scale.
Thousands of kilometers, that the acting body is electromagnetism, not gravity. He doesn't invoke gravity until you get to planet-sized things. Well, we're not planet-sized, okay?
Yep.
Here we go.
A terrestrial observation that's repeatable and observable by everybody. There is no physical barrier surrounding a high-pressure weather system.
Yeah, according to your belief.
Dude.
Not according to my belief. You have high-pressure system sitting there. There's no barrier around it. There's no barrier around it. Isn't that the point? It's 14.1 psi at the surface of the Earth. Where's the barrier preventing that from equalizing with the pressure above it? That's less. Why is there no barrier there? Why? Where's the barrier? Where's the barrier? Why doesn't it equalize? What's creating your gradient?
There's also
that's
no physical
what I'm saying.
barrier.
Like, I don't know if he understands the argument and he's just trying to mislead the really dumb people, or if he's actually this dumb and he doesn't see the problem with his argument.
Most people that watch him are going to be really dumb. So he's just catering.
Uh-oh. There's the doozy, Jaron.
Argument.
Most people that watch him are going to be really dumb. So he's just catering to them. It's like Simon.
I wonder
Dan.
how
At
he
this point,
feels
Simon
about
Dan
that.
doesn't even-
Wonder how he feels about that statement now. Would he retract that statement now? I wonder. Wonder.
Do any work anymore.
Yeah.
He just lies and gets on this thing and just kind of makes things up and then reads off a teleprompter.
Yeah.
And you know about the tattoos on his arm, right? I'm sorry, I just have to bring it up all the time. But I find it very, very strange that he has men's names tattooed on his arm. So that's why I call him Byman Dan, because
probably somebody who's paying him.
Well, he's got Newton and Galileo and
no, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yes.
Oh, I would love to see that. That is hilarious,
dude. He has Newton, Galileo, Copernicus. Their names. I'm like, dude. If I asked every guy in the world, do you have guys' names tattooed on you that are not your family? They cannot be your family. You'd get Simon Dan, and that's about it. I mean,
one guy
going to have that. I mean, maybe there's somebody who has like a Shaquille O'Neal tattoo on him, maybe or something.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a couple of those, but I would have problems with them too.
Weird.
Still a little.
So he has some famous scientists, some really, really amazing minds. He has people, so he tattooed them on. So what? What does that make him? Does that make him like gay? Like, where are they going with that? Does that make him queer? Like, does that make him a creep? Because he put Galileo's name on his arm? I mean, does that make him a Freemason? Like, where's he going with that? That's weird. Some people call me weird. This is You know what? I'm gonna put it in the chat. Who can guess what this is? What do you think that is? Let's see if that makes me weird. What do we got? What is it? No guesses coming through. Solo layout. Mario. All right, here come the guesses. They're flowing in now. Oh, solo layout. All right, yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. I thought that was a guess. I'm like, who the fuck is solo layout? Yep. We're on to something here. Yes, no, I got it. The chat's a little delayed. I don't know what's going on. Chat's a little delayed from what I'm showing here, but here. You see that? Come on, guys. Bunch of smart people in here. Chucky. Definitely a kid's drawing. Yeah, you're right, Steel City. Definitely a kid's drawing. But what is that drawing? Rugrats. Oh, my kids aren't old enough for Rugrats. Unless I drew that myself, and that would be scary. It's not football related. Nope. Okay, my son was 5 when he drew that. 5 years old. All right, I'm going to let you guys stew about that and think, and then let's continue.
Weird. I'm sure his wife's real happy with that. What's that guy's name? Oh, Galileo's on your arm. And who else? Oh,
Yeah.
Newton. Cool.
Containing water, which, as we know, gets higher pressure as we go deeper. I gave you that example, too. No physical barrier.
There is a physical barrier.
Dude, I can't do it. This is the level of intellectual honesty that we deal with on TikTok. It is hilarious.
What does he mean there's no barrier in the ocean? There is, even in their model. It still has sides of the water still there.
No, it doesn't. There's no top.
Yeah. Dude, he doesn't.
So now a barrier is 4 sides and not a top.
He doesn't.
According to you, the water should spontaneously burst from high pressure to low pressure. By the way, you keep saying...
Oh, man. Ding, 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 ding. Superman? No, that's... You're in the right track, but that wasn't it. We have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Spider-Man. Come on. That's not bad for 5. Look, you even got the perspective of the legs. Like, because you're turned sideways, one leg is smaller than the other. Like, not bad. I mean, it's Spider-Man on a lot of, like, LSD. Woot woot. You win. I don't know what you win, but you won. So that's what I got over there. I got his birthday, and I got my daughter's birthday, and then her first drawing, which was, I'll spare you the suspense. That is a flower. So these are my kids' first drawings. The 2 first things they brought back to me, and I was like, "This is for you, Daddy." Yeah, so I got a few more ideas too. A few more. I have a bunch of drawings in my pocket that I need to add. So, we might add some more. They did they combined one time. They combined forces and drew a giraffe that looked like it came right out of a fever dream. It was crazy. So I need to put that on somewhere.
It goes from low pressure to high pressure. You've said it several times over the last 3 days.
The difference is when you're talking about that is like you could take the water and put it next to a vacuum and it boils away, right? That's what happens. So he's like
boils in a vacuum.
Yeah, he's very confused. It's just
He doesn't care to understand that. He just wants to mislead his following.
No.
Derek, by the way, you're
That's not the point. The point is you have varying levels of pressure in the ocean, and there's no barriers. Why is there no barrier between any of the different levels, the values of pressure in the ocean? Why? Where is it? That's the whole point. You think you need a barrier to have pressure. Okay. To contain that pressure. So why do we have all these examples of things where there's pressure gradients without containers? You can't play both sides of the I don't know, how's that saying go? Can't play both sides of the whatever it is. You can't play both sides of the thing that has two sides.
Connection's really bad.
Is it bad again?
Yeah, it's red.
See if you can bring it back.
So by using something terrestrial.
No, you don't understand how it works. When you cannot use it's like
out.
The other thing is, remember when we grew up, I don't know about you guys, but I was taught that when you're defining a word, you can never use the word in its definition. Right?
Yeah.
So if somebody asks you
he missed that day.
He missed that day, I guess.
Yeah, very good.
If somebody asks you to prove
I
the
missed
globe, you
that
can't just
day.
say globe. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Good for you. All right.
I then went on to tell you that the second
So they said, provide me a terrestrial experiment. Again, a terrestrial example. Provide a terrestrial example. You can't use terrestrial. You're begging the question. That's what's in question, the Earth. Then why'd you ask me for a terrestrial example? Did you want me to provide you an extraterrestrial example? Huh?
law of thermodynamics doesn't even apply to the entire Earth's atmosphere.
It does not.
It states the entropy of an isolated system never decreases.
That's correct.
The globe is not an isolated
Oh,
system
boy.
as heat
And then they just laugh at it and say, oh boy.
transfer in and out
so
all
bad,
the time,
bro.
especially from the sun. So you invoke the second law of thermodynamics as
And we probably don't even need to call it that.
So this is a great example here. Right here is a great example of what flirts do. Let's listen. So they all say the second law of thermodynamics proves flat Earth because pressure equalizes. That's not even what the fucking second law says. Also, it's specific for isolated systems, which the Earth is not, specifically with energy. So I point that out. They laugh, and then they do this. Watch this.
And we probably don't even need to call it that anymore. Probably because that gives them an out, right? So we don't need to. You can just call it that. There's no.
That's what I learned from you when I was asking you the other day. I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm not even gonna say like the law of fluid mechanics because that also says that low pressure systems seek high pressure systems. I'm just going to say from now on that low pressure systems seek high pressure systems.
And if they.
So how many times is he going to say low pressure systems seek high pressure systems? How many times? It's high to low, not low to high. How many times is he going to say it? You think if you're debunking all this, you'd understand that it's not low to high? And I corrected you 5 minutes ago in this very video. I corrected you, and you're still saying it. But anyway, that wasn't even the point. What was the point?
Don't then show us an example.
Yeah, that's one thing that I wish I could change, but it still makes sense to anybody that's being logical.
Right. And again,
so instead of going, yeah, we've been wrong this whole time, it's not the second law of thermodynamics we're violating, they go, yeah, I'm not even going to say that anymore. We're not even going to use that anymore. I'm not even going to say those words anymore. I'm just going to say pressure goes from low to high. I'm not even going to say the second law. Yeah, you shouldn't. That's the whole point. Stop fucking saying it because it's not violating that. We just proved it's not violating that. You're misusing it. That's why you're stopping saying it. Not because you just decided to stop saying it because...
It's just that's the problem is if you don't believe that, if we're not going to start from that argument point, then show me an example where that doesn't happen. And
Yeah.
they can't. If they show
and they
you...
literally also admit that
can't.
our atmosphere is leaking into space. So they're
Well,
admitting
they
that
better
there's
talk to
no-
Simon Dan because it's not going at the escape velocity. So I don't know how that's happening. Can't happen.
Such a clown, bro. Like,
Escape velocity. Like, it's not trying to get into orbit. We're not sending it on a mission to Mars.
That's what I'm saying. Over time, as even like when we talked to that physics PhD, like I cannot like we were talking about the Michelson-Morley experiment, and again, I think did we talk about this outside the stream with the length contraction? He didn't realize that was the answer for the
Correct.
apparatus not picking up the orbit of the sun.
Right.
I don't believe you. That was the greatest failed experiment of all time, and the exact reason that the general theory of relativity and the special theory of relativity were created. And you don't understand the explanation of why we didn't pick up the fringe shift.
See, but
and the
that's never going to be
interferometry
taught in
equipment.
school, right? It's never going to be taught in
Of
college.
course not.
Right. So this is a problem. It's like when I saw Joe Rogan ask Neil deGrasse Tyson, well, do you know the curvature formula? And he's like, what do you mean? He said, the curvature formula. He's like, the gravity formula? He's like, no, the curvature of the Earth. And Neil deGrasse Tyson has no idea. And that's because they've gone way past that when they get to astrophysics class. They're not going to cover the shape of the Earth. You have to already have assumed that the Earth is a ball. And then from there, they can teach you all the astrophysics they want. But they're not going to starting at step one by like, let's talk about the curvature. They don't want anybody looking into the curvature at all. So they just don't even mention it. Let's keep going.
The globe can't exist because it supposedly violates that law. When I tell you that the law doesn't apply, you said it does apply because Earth's a closed system with a dome. So you beg the question, not me. So
Oh
again,
my
for like
gosh.
the 100th time, whenever you want a one-on-one, let's just do it. I don't know, what we're waiting for here.
That guy should be easy.
I told him he has to delete every weird video that he's screen recorded of my lives before I'll ever chat with him again, dude. It's like he wants to take me on a date to Narnia Land. Like he's so obsessed with me, bro. It's so weird. And he's like, oh, well, you talk crap on me online. So I'm like, yeah, but I don't make videos on you where people can share them and they'll be on the internet forever trying to make you look like a goof. Because I could grab his videos and clown him. I
Right.
could completely clown him, but I'm not like that. And that's the difference between true earthers and globers is they try to just make us look bad. They try to make us just look dumb. They take little things that we get wrong here or there if we do get things wrong. And they
Right.
try to just blow it up to all of the population of the world where we attack the arguments, not the person. So that's the difference between
Right.
me and Globey and why I'll never accept another debate with him until he deletes all his videos.
They attack the arguments, not the person. For the last 20 minutes, he's been shitting on me. They attack the person, not the argument. Shit on me the entire time. Called my followers stupid. You guys. Said I'm just pandering to the stupid people. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Between
Right.
me and Globey, and why I'll never that we get wrong here or there if we do get things wrong, and they
Right.
try to just blow it up to all of the population of the world where we attack the arguments, not the person.
Yeah, okay.
Like he's
Look
so
at that.
obsessed with me, bro. It's so weird, and he's like, oh, well, you talk crap on me online. So I'm like, yeah, but I don't make videos on you where people can share them and they'll be on the internet forever, trying to make you look like a goof. Because I could grab his videos and clown him.
Yeah. So that's always been his thing. He's like, I'm on TikTok to debunk your dumb ass. So I'm going to take your video and make a counter video on it. That's what I do. I'm not there to spread lies about flat earth like you, who can just pull some bullshit, copy some stuff from Dubai or whatever bullshit you want to do and spout some nonsense. So yeah, my videos are going to show your dumb face and I'm going to debunk you. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. But also, you talk about me in your lives. He does all the time. At least he did back then. So, that's fair game, I guess. Okay. You can talk about me, but you can't make a video about... Like, shut the fuck up. Just man up. So he won't debate me unless I delete all his videos I've ever made on him. Okay.
I could completely clown him, but I'm not like that. And that's the difference between true earthers and globers is they try to just make us look bad. They try to make us just look dumb. They take little things that we get wrong here or there if we do get things wrong, and they try to just blow it up to all of the population of the world, where we attack the arguments, not the person. So that's the difference between me and Globy, and why I'll never accept another debate with him until he deletes all his videos. And he's not going to do that, even though they only get 400 likes and they get more comments than they get likes. It's such a joke. It should be obvious.
Oh, that's not true, Caleb.
Did you say
One share? Nobody's loving his content.
All right, let's go back to watch some NASA. We got away from NASA here. Let's watch.
That's not, well, that was just a blatant lie, but okay. So anyway, I don't know if you guys were probably not even hearing any of that last part, were you? Actually, you probably were. You just weren't seeing it. Yeah, the projection there is hilarious because they're literally saying the exact opposite of what they're doing while they're doing it. They attack the arguments, not the people. As we slander you here and call you stupid. Yeah, they're funny. I love those guys. But Derek's literally my favorite. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Where is it? Yeah, so Caleb, I don't know what's happened to Caleb. He's just like, he's gone off into Nazi land. He's not even like, he's not even on TikTok. Like, nobody even sees him anymore. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, look, I made a video about it. I forgot I did this. That was the original drawing right here. Did a pretty good job matching it up. Here's Derek looking for the moon. That was a TikTok trend at one point with the boats. Man. If you don't follow Bedazzle, he made a music video and a song about Derek losing the moon. It's pretty good. He's on YouTube. If you go to check out Bedazzle, put in like Bedazzle Flat Earth, you'll find it. I really want to show you guys this video. That's one thing I hate about TikTok. It's so hard to find shit, and the search function is terrible. Like, you can never, ever, never, ever, never find anything via search. Oh, we've reached the bald head phase. So it was definitely before that. Trey. You guys remember Trey? Trey Kate, what was it? Anions and anions for anions. You remember Trey? He's got a cation for cation. I love Trey. Oh, this is when I caught Derek on all those fake accounts.
Guys, I cannot make this up. The people that I block create brand new accounts to come follow me. Yeah,
He was complaining about people making accounts to come follow him after he's blocked them. These are all the accounts that I caught him, that he's made second and third accounts of to come harass me and maybe others too, but that's funny. No hypocrites at all there. Not hypocritical at all. I miss him. I wish he'd come back. Oh, here it is. Is it?
Sure.
What the hell is that? Clicked on this one. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so I have an unbelievable update for you guys on the sun and the moon. You ready to see it? There's the sun, but when you look around, and I've driven all over town to look for the damn thing, but the moon disappeared. It disappeared. And that ain't possible on a globe or a flat earth.
So let's use stellarium to see where the moon should be at 9 a.m. in Oregon. It's right where your first video showed it to be, the correct quarter. Now we're going to move it ahead an hour per your own statement. And look how low the moon is in the sky. We're going to move it ahead a little bit more, 10 more minutes. It's almost gone over the horizon. This is how it works on a globe, dude. Your followers are so stupid that they'll eat this shit up. The disappearing moon. It just is going under the horizon. I think we're about 10 a.m. right here. And the moon's almost gone. You see it at the tree line there. So I wonder where the moon is in your shot. Well, the sun is southeast. The moon should be southwest. You're standing at that corner.
Yeah, I was a little crazy. Like, all right, judge me if you want. But I scoured through his video and I figured out where he was in Bend. I found the sign. Based on this sign right here, he was at this gas station. I just found it by searching Google Maps. So I know exactly which way he was looking, which way was south in his video.
And what's southwest? All
There's
those
the cleaner
trees.
sign, the cleaner sign.
Yeah, the moon's just over those trees, dude.
Right here.
I haven't figured out if you believe this nonsense you're spouting yet, or
That's
if
where
you're
the moon
trying
is.
to deceive you.
He's making this video. The moon's right there behind these trees. So special. So special.
Your viewers, but something tells me you do believe it, because all you guys have issues with how moon phases work. The simplest of concepts.
Okay, so I have an...
Bless his soul. I hope he's doing well. I should have used the broken recorder version of the song. Yeah. So he that was a TikTok trend. That was the song that went with the trend. So I had to use the song that went with the trend. It had to be trendy. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. 1 o'clock here. Thank you for coming in on this impromptu live. Again, expect an interview with Jaron coming up. Don't know when, unless he changes his mind. He said he'd do it. So maybe this week with Jaron. And I also got debates with King Nico. He agreed. And Fakatzoid agreed. So if you missed those announcements earlier, yeah, expect those coming up shortly. And I'll leave it at that. If you haven't subscribed, just subscribe. If you want to support me, join the membership for the price of a cup of coffee. Again, that'd be appreciated. Either way, thank you for coming and watching and supporting. Until next time. Someone brought up a good point earlier. I'm gonna debate some flirfs with Jaron. I'm gonna work that angle. That would be interesting. I don't know if he's at that point yet though. But We'll see. Okay. Thank you. Well, for Catzoid, I will send you an invite. What's your email? For Catzoid Fallacies? Drop your email in the chat. I'll send you an email. And I'll give you a formal invite. I looked on your website. I couldn't find your email. So. Whatever happened to the Soviet Sitflurf that drank his urine? You're talking about... his name was also Dave, wasn't it? He's South African, right? He was definitely like black, or he was something. He was... the hell was his name? Dave something. Yeah. He drank his urine. Actually, I can find that video pretty quickly because it's on here and it's blacked out as it's flagged by TikTok as sensitive information, sensitive content. I think that's what you're talking about. I haven't seen him in a long time. Let's see, is it in here? Where? Yeah, probably this one. Sensitive content. Yep, this is it. This guy?
There was a case of a
Dave
woman
Murphy.
who was pregnant on the flight, and she was about her waters broke on the flight, and I think it was from the Philippines to Los Angeles.
The old straight line across a flat map to show the globe path.
Look on this map. You're from around here somewhere to here. Okay. Now they were flying.
Taiwan. We don't even hear your derp.
Either way, this straight line is deception. Let's just assume for a second it was Indonesia. This would be the approximate flight path on a globe. So why did he draw a straight line on a flat 2D map? To make it look worse and make it look like it's flying over Hawaii when it's really not. He deceptively put a straight line in here, this red line. That's not the Great Circle route. That's Alaska, I might add. Very far from Hawaii. This is why that flight diverted to Alaska. Pacific route. That's not the route on a sphere that a plane would fly. So let's see what it looks like on a globe from Taiwan. Taiwan to LA.
It was Taiwan. All right, so anyway.
I would get out, weigh my glass, drink most of it, leaving a little bit at the bottom, and I would wash myself with it.
Leaving a little bit at the bottom.
A little bit in the palm of my hand, and massaging it into my skin section.
Flat earthers bring their piss. I wonder what your air smells like. Probably piss. Flat earthers drink their piss.
Apparently, flat earthers drink their piss.
And I would wash myself with it, and that's essentially, and massaging it into.
It's the leave a little bit at the bottom that always gets me when I watch that. Like, is that like the thick part? Like he leaves a little bit. Well, everything's settled a little bit. He leaves like the coagulant at the bottom. That's my favorite part. I just like to picture him washing himself in the. All right, gotta stop. All right. Oh my God, that's terrible. All right, guys, thank you. I'm off to Betty Bye. Probably not Betty Bye, but I'm not doing this. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Thank you. Stay tuned. Follow, like, share, whatever. Peace out.
Please, sailing off the world's edge in the breeze. No gravity, no satellite seas. Just believe in your fantasy. Yell about conspiracies in the night, while we orbit the truth in plain sight.